Hello and welcome to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. And guys, it is time for me to ramble on about Transformers Age of the Primes, Onyx Prime, one of the 13. I have been so excited to see them try to make a toy of. I've always admired the Onyx Prime character design. I've always wanted to see it in toy form for a lot of reasons. One in particular we will get to because it's something I have wanted from Transformers for so long. And yeah, he's here. He's a pretty interesting toy. I'd call him a pretty good toy. Maybe one of my tops of the year, but my copy actually has a particular factory defect that, since I haven't seen anyone else complaining about it, I assume is very rare, potentially only even on my copy. We will get to that when we get to that. But first off, we have to look at him in his bestial mode, Onyx being the god of the beasts, the original beast former, and he turns into like a dragon, horse, griffin thing. It's called a dragon, but it has a lot of horse in it, though it's very much like a winged horse with a dragon's head, but it's supposed to be a dragon, so that's what they called it. I do like the dragon face. You can see the robot head kind of just stores under the neck, so sometimes you expose it a lot. He's got his big opening mouth, his claw-like mouth with the 4 big old teeth, his bloody red eyes. Ooh, yes. The little green thing on the front of his head for some reason. He's an interesting looking creature. He's got very organic-y wings, kind of. They're like very organic-y on this side with some bat-like appendages here, and then very, very techy on the internal parts. It's a very interesting looking design. I do admire it a lot. I think it's very pleasing to the eyes. And technically, he has 2 beast modes, really, apparently. It's really just a halfway step for transformation that they pretend is another mode, but you can unfold these things from his front legs and get them out here and create a 6-legged beast. So let's just do that. And yeah, you can... I kind of have a bit of a hard time actually getting him to stand on all 6 legs in a way that looks right, because this definitely isn't that intentional of a mode. It's just the mode he was already in with 2 other legs. And you can see the horse influence because they got hoofs instead of the partial hoofs that go into robot feet of the back legs, and then the front legs just have his robot hands, because that's how it works. He's a very traditional beast former like that. You just stand it up to get into robot mode, really. But, yeah, so he does have all the articulation joints of his robot mode because of that, so they can hinge, they can pivot here for his front legs, back legs. Got the hinge swivel here. There's a bit of a movement here. This is technically a transformation joint, though. Well, actually, this one's more of the transformation joint because it locks in, but yeah, the ankle pivot as well, because these will be the robot legs. And then these have all the different hinges, even this one in the hoof. That is definitely not meant to be articulation, but you can use all of those if you need to. So yeah, overall, he's pretty neat. He's also very simple for a Voyager when it comes to for a leader class when it comes to transformation, but he's still pretty good. And let's just pop this off. We'll actually transform him on camera for once because of how simple it is, and because we're just going to go straight to my favorite thing about this figure, the reason I was the most excited for him, and that is Centaur mode. Just flip back the dragon head and bring up his robot head. You can do whatever with the wings. You can splay them out all crazy or fold them in on themselves. This one kind of got a little warped in the packaging on mine, so sometimes it clicks together a bit with the lower part of the wings. So you can fold them up or splay them out like crazy. For Centaur mode, I like to splay them out all crazy. And yeah, Centaur mode. I really, really like this mode. I just have a strange desire for there to be Transformers that have more mythological like robot forms. So Onyx being a centaur has always appealed to me. I've always liked it and definitely wanted a toy of it. As a kid, I had a mental image in my head of actually Runabout and Run Amok reimagined as mythical creatures like the black and the white car Decepticons. And like Run Amok was a Minotaur and Runabout was going to be a centaur, and Run Amok like ride it on his back. But yeah, that was definitely an idea, and I've always been fond of it. But you know, to just have a centaur guy that is a centaur guy on his own is pretty cool. And his tail can split in half here and combine with his staff, whatever it's called. Isn't it called like the triptych staff or something? Does his spear have a name? I don't really remember. I think it's his mask. That is his actual relic, the triptych mask. It's the triptych something. But you can combine his opened up tail with his spear to make a bow and arrow weapon. And I've heard he's actually pretty good at holding it, but I've had a weird time getting him to hold it, because you're basically supposed to put this tab here on the tail into the front of his fingers. So you gotta slide that in. And then you gotta angle everything in a way to get him to hold the arrow. Maybe you can manipulate this hinge, this forward and back hinge. It's just I can't really get him into a good pose. Maybe that's just me. Maybe his legs are falling apart because I'm keep pushing down on him. But yeah, I can't really get him to hold it right. I don't really like the look of it either as a bow anyway. So that's not really much of a complaint for me. I just like him holding the big spear staff weapon. And there's the QC issue I was talking about. This mushroom peg, I guess is what you would call it, just will not stay in to his forearm, his bicep. It comes out all the freaking time. It's basically like the clicks of the ratchet for his elbow are just pushing it out. So yeah, I can't really get the crossbow, bow and arrow to look that good, so I tend to just keep him with the horsetail and have him just hold the spear, because I think the spear is cooler anyway. So yeah, Centaur mode, still pretty neat. Admittedly, it's not the most crazy leader class when it comes to gimmicks and stuff. It's not doing too much more, but it's such a unique design. It's something Transformers has never done. And of course, we have to get to his regular robot mode still. And for that, his whole torso just hinges forward. And we fold out his proper legs. We gotta bring out his heels, which are down here. Bring out the heels, very talon, bird-like heels, to go with the beast fiend, because he is our beast god. And wrap the extra legs around the shoulders again. And I do, when he's in robot mode, I really like the look of just having the hoofs incorporated into his torso. I think it's pretty neat. And you can have the tail hanging down off his butt in robot mode, or not if you don't want to. There's actually some tabs back here for storage here in the wings and then on the back, which are more meant to store the staff. They're a bit awkward when storing it in beast mode. I haven't found it looks a little bit weird, but I'm glad he has the storage. So, but I don't really use them to store anything. I guess you can't even put the tail in there either because of clearance issues. I don't know why you would really want the tail in there. I'm just going to put it back where it was. Just have it hanging as a tail for the robot mode. And yeah, he's pretty neat in robot mode. This is definitely more simple than the Centaur mode, but he still looks pretty cool. He's got a bit of an angel vibe to him. His spear is really interesting looking with the shapes. It's clearly doesn't have that much paint going on with it, just free little splotches of yellow, but it does add a nice bit of color. There's his Power of the Primes symbol, and the triptych mask is permanently sculpted onto him, but there is a hinge. It's a little hard to do it without pushing his head all the way back into its storage spot for the beast mode, but yeah, you can pull down and have him expose his face. So you can show his real self. So he's always wearing the mask, but it's not always covering his face. So it's a nice little touch. He's not the most insane figure when it comes to gimmicks or anything, but leader classes haven't had cool gimmicks in a while, in like over a decade, like, let's be real. So in some ways, he's disappointing, I guess. But at the same time, I think he is one of the best Transformers of the year without question, even though I do have this QC issue with mine. Sometimes I'm okay with it. Sometimes I move it around and it stays in, but mostly I have to hold the back of his arm. Because, yeah, it is just fully hollow here, as we come to expect with modern figures. So that is upsetting. I might actually have to get a second copy of him if he ever goes clearance in my area. But this is not the worst QC issue I've ever had on a Transformers figure. One day I need to talk about my story with Dark of the Moon Jolt, because oh my goodness. But overall, I am very happy with this figure. Maybe one of my favorite Transformers of the year, because my only problem with it is this elbow thing that I'm pretty sure is only on my copy. So now that I can stop knocking him over, maybe I can stop doing that, and we can bring in the rest of the family for comparisons, for a little group shot, because we gotta do it every time we talk about one of the primes. It's gonna be really hard because we got so many of them now. And Onyx is a biggin'. He's a big boy. It might be a little hard to do it because we got the other big boy, Megatronus, as well. Alpha Trion's not in shots. Get in Vector Prime. Let's try not to cover up Onyx, basically. Alchemist, we can cover up. Alpha Trion, if we have to. We can cover him up. Look towards the camera, Prima. Look towards the camera. And Solus. There we go. There we go. We got them all together. Looking all nice. Here we go. We got 7 of them now. Let's keep them coming. I'm really happy to finally have this unit completed. Well, soon to be completed, because we still have all of next year's toys to go through. But yeah, I'm really glad to be getting the primes. And Onyx was one of the ones I'm the most excited for. And overall, I'm pretty happy with him. It's just that I got very unlucky with that elbow, because I haven't heard anyone else saying they got that problem. So yeah, Onyx Prime from Age of the Primes, he's a big recommendation from me. I definitely think he's probably one of the best TFs of the year. So I've rambled on enough here. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys around.
Hey guys, it's your favorite cool cat Cheetor, here to tell you that if you want to be a cool cat too, then you should consider subscribing to this channel so you can get more fun videos to enjoy. See you around!